Hey guys, Luke here and welcome back to Season 3, Episode 9 on my Rugby League Live 3 West Tigers career mode. Now in this episode we are taking on the New Zealand Warriors first up, and it is going to be in New Zealand, so it should be a pretty tough game. And the next game is against the Gold Coast Titans, so I'm not really sure exactly how the Titans are going, but I know the Warriors are going pretty well. I believe they're in 6th spot, and I think it's a little bit of coincidence, but last episode for the first game we took on a 6th place side and we smashed them, to be honest. So I was hoping for another similar performance. You can see Sean Johnson actually not at the club, I don't think. I believe he might be at the Broncos currently, which is a little bit weird, but it is what it is, and maybe he still is at the Warriors. But Conrad Hurrell is on the bench, and I suppose a halves combination of Peter Wallace and Townsend, it's not going to set the world on fire, but I mean I suppose it's capable. But yeah. You can see Warriors, they have actually more momentum to start off the game. It is only the first set, so probably getting ahead of ourselves. But, they're attacking quite well until that point where Luke Brooks just picks up the ball there. And this will be our first proper set with the ball. And we launch up a bomb here. Tim Simona, he gets under it, and he'll get it to Kevin Aguama. At first, I thought Kevin Aguama is going to get wrapped up quite easily, possibly thrown over the sideline. But he ends up finding himself over the try line somehow. I really couldn't believe it. Honestly, I just turned around and sort of the space opened up. I didn't really do too much, but Curtis Sirinen follows up that awesome little try there with a kick at goal, and it went straight over. And you can see here, Kevin Aguama takes it around another player. Unfortunately, he is tackled eventually, but I thought we'd show that little one. It just creating opportunities, it's nice. And I think that's Townsend possibly who I went through there. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was McInnes or someone, but he ended up getting run down, and the same thing is going to happen here. Just us being a little bit stupid with the ball is probably the right word, and we end up giving him a penalty just for holding that too long. Now I cannot understand this option to take a kick at goal. Peter Wallace takes the kick, but I don't know what the hell the coach or the captain was doing when they decided to take a shot at goal in that sort of situation. However, it might turn out alright for them, as right from the kickoff they end up making a bit of a break. Thankfully Granville ends up running down whoever it was on the ball, and nothing ended up coming up from that. But it just sort of backs up my point, as they should have went for the try when they had the chance. If they've seen any of the footage, they studied all the tapes of the Tigers from 2017, they would notice that we score a lot of tries, we score a lot of points, and this will just be further emphasized by the end of this video. You'll see what I mean. But yeah, we end up scoring another try there. It is 10-2, now it is 12-2. It's Curtis Sirinen, he kicks another goal, and he's finally starting to get a little bit form in his kicking. I believe he only missed one last episode, so yeah, after having a little bit of a dry spell in terms of being able to kick goals and that sort of stuff, he's finally getting back to it. Now I think Vadavai probably would have caught Tim Simona just then, so I think it was a great move to end up getting the ball to Kevin Aguama. You might be thinking, why didn't you pin the ears back with Simona? But I personally think he would have got caught then. Leave in the comments, what do you think of that? But yeah, Aguama picks up his hat-trick very, very early on into the game. And there's Curtis Sirinen, 3 from 3. He's kicked all the goals so far. And moving on to just before half-time, you see Warriors have a little bit of a chance here. They are held up over the line, but that's not where it's going to end. They end up going and playing the ball, and Vadavai, he is going to go close himself here. And he kind of does fall over the line. Now, usually that seems to be a try, but for some reason they ended up calling that held up, so I don't really understand that. But they put up a bomb there. I don't know if that's Carter. I don't know who exactly was under it, but he outjumped Jake Granville, as he probably should. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't. Well, they kind of blew a try. I thought they had a lot of space out wide, but instead they cut back inside for some reason, which is just something that the computer seems to do quite often. I don't really understand it. It's quite dumb. It happens a lot on Be a Pro, actually. But it kind of worked in our favour, so I don't really mind. And 18-2 is what it was at halftime. So you kind of get the game wrapped up, but not quite. We're looking to wrap it up pretty quickly in the second half there. You can see we got quite lucky that the ball ended up hitting the post. Now, I thought there was a chance for a try, and I'm not sure who it is on the ball here. Maybe that's Hurrell or someone, I don't know. It looked like he was running on, I don't know, quicksand or something. It was like when Kevin Aguama was running that time he made a break, and he looked so slow. But Warriors actually having a pretty decent start to the second half here. See, the Wolfman, David Williams, is crossed from Manly. I don't know what year he came over, but he is playing, and he ends up scoring a try there. Peter Wallace will kick the goal, and they'll, drop the margin to only 10 points. So I suppose they're kind of getting back into it, but it was kind of a lucky try. I mean, it wasn't like an intercept or anything, but it was quite lucky, and it was kind of against a runner play, I suppose, and Alex Glenn just restores things back to normal. Now, that is probably one of the worst kicks I've ever seen Curtis Sirinen do. Unfortunately, misses the goal, obviously, but not only did he miss it, but just it was awful. Now, right here, that's a pretty nice run. I don't know who the number 9 is. I probably should have seen. I think it probably might be McInnes for some reason. For some reason in my head, I think it's McInnes. Cameron McInnes, that is. And, just terrible work from him. He's done a few good things, followed up by a few shit things, and that was another one of the shit things, just the offloads. You can see just constant offloads coming from both sides aren't really working out too well, so probably have to try and drop some of these offloads. Now, Nofaluma, I thought for sure was going to go over and cross the line. Maybe should have just tried to step around the defender instead of palming him, but we went for the palm and I don't know, didn't work out too well. And right here, it was only a few minutes ago, we launched up a bomb. We tried to throw it as soon as we got the ball because, why not? Just try and go for that try. Didn't really work out, and I thought for a second maybe the Warriors would, race away and score at length their field try, but we ended up returning the ball, and it was just a handover. And straight after that, Warriors did make a break, but nothing happened. And you see 22-8, Kevin Aguama, man of the match, completions 14 from 9, so that's pretty good completions compared to the Warriors who had 11 from 17 or something like that. And it's a pretty good performance. Looking at all the other performances, you can see Broncos picked up a really nice win. Broncos and Dragons, they are threats at the moment, you would think, and possibly someone like the Storm. I think Storm were in the 4th spot at the time. They are big threats, but I really don't know who's going to stop us this year. We're flying at the moment now. Obviously, form goes in and out, but so far, so good. We haven't even dropped form at all, so a great start to the season. Titans actually look like a decent side. Their halves combination is, probably one of the best in the game, as well as Josh Hodson in the hooker position, really, really good. And they have Daniel Mortimer on the bench, he's actually quite good. But yeah, Kieran Foran is really good in this game. He's quite fast. He's really fast in this game, actually. So we have to keep an eye out for him. And it's actually funny, Titans and Manly did a bit of a swap in terms of halves. Caesar is at Manly on this game, so that was interesting. And Kane LG, obviously, going to be a superstar in real life, I reckon. But another young superstar of the future, as some might say, Luke Brooks, he crosses over and scores the first points of the game. And that was pretty simple stuff there. Not too much really going on. It's just poor defense, just using the numbers really, and just hitting the edges as you do. And right here, trying to back it up. There's a nice little ball there from Luke Brooks. I think that'll go down as an offload, but I couldn't understand what was going on here. It's just a bit stupid that no one ended up trying to tackle him. Now I try and defend it sometimes and say maybe he's offside, but I can't see how any of those guys were offside. Now right here, they got for a bomb, and Sam Thaiday is the one who's going to end up with the ball, and he is tackled, I believe, probably by Kieran Foran just there. A lot of times they end up over the line, but obviously don't put the ball down. Now we've got quite unlucky to not score some of the previous times. Kevin Aguama got run down. Obviously, Thaiday just got tackled before, but Aaron Woods rises above everybody, and I've never seen a prop who can rise above everybody and catch bombs like Aaron Woods and Keith Galloway and Martin Tapau. A lot of my team, every time I put up a bomb, it's nearly a try for me, so a little bit overpowered there. And Kevin Aguama, he's also another overpowered player. As he crosses over and scores the first try of the game, he's just so good. And that combination of him and Simona, I sometimes wonder, am I wasting Kevin Aguama on the wing? Should I be playing him at fullback? But then, we've got Tedesco, and Simona's in the centres. We've got Chris Lawrence, who does a good job. Sometimes I think, when we make a break and they get run down, I think, oh man, I need to get rid of them. I need to get rid of Simona. I need to get rid of Lawrence. And then they'll power over for a try, or they'll go and score a hat-trick or something. Then I'm like, why the hell would I get rid of them? They're awesome. Anyways, 18-0. Titans had a few chances, but they threw a forward pass. And we're going to follow that up with Kevin Aguama. He's taken on Kieran Foran, I think. This is what I'm talking about. Kieran Foran being really, really fast in this game. I did have a little bit of a chuckle to myself when it actually did happen. Then Kieran Foran jumps into the fullback position and just goes across and follows Jake Granville all the way across, makes a tackle. But Aaron Woods will actually go over and score his second try of the game. Aaron Woods, I don't think he's really known for those sort of tries. He is a big prop, but he's not really known for parrings wherever. But I suppose this is 2017. Who knows what could happen? We do have Luke Brooks and Curtis Sirenen as two of the best halves in the comp. So now it's a bit of a stretch talking about real life sort of stuff. But Aaron Woods, he scored the second try of the game, and you can see it's just total domination at the moment, 24-0. And I got to say, Titans never really been in the game. So they had a few little chances here and there, but so far it's just been all Tigers. They probably haven't even had many sets. I'd be interested to see how many times they've had the ball, actual sets. Now right here, Tedesco scores an incredible try there. Probably should have got tackled a little bit earlier, but he didn't. He got on the outside, and once you let Tedesco get on the outside and give him a bit of a start, he's not going to get run down unless it's that Raiders guy. I believe it was Jack White and possibly someone else, but he actually got run down from him with a huge start, which was pretty incredible. But Curtis Sirenen kicks the goal, so he is 5 from 5, I believe, this game. And right here, Kevin Aguama is going to score his second try. It's no doubt. I think this is his second try. Maybe it's even his third. I know this is for sure at least his second, and it is his second try there. See, they're throwing the ball. He's pretty excited. And why wouldn't you? The form we're in, we're just absolutely destroying teams. Titans would have to consider throwing in the towel legitimately. Why would anybody want to play this Tiger side at the moment? We're absolutely killing it. The only thing is Origin is coming up pretty soon. I think next episode is going to be a bit of a disrupted one because Origin is like around the corner and lots of teams starting to have buys and that sort of stuff. So maybe the momentum will be stopped. Maybe depending on how many players from our sides get picked and that sort of stuff. Maybe we'll have to rotate the team too much or something. But so right, he's starting off the second half just like we finished the first one. Kevin Aguama going and scoring again. That's 2 hat-tricks in a row for Kevin Aguama. I think it was Kevin Aguama scored a hat-trick in the first game. And 40-0 is what it is. We're not quite keeping up with the clock, but I'll be happy if we can keep it, 10 points behind, the minutes sort of section. I don't know exactly how to word it. I don't even think the section part made sense. But basically, at the end of the day, if it's 70-0 after 80 minutes, I'll be super happy. That'd be awesome. But Kevin Aguama is going to pick up his 4th try of the game. And at this point, we're sort of thinking, how many tries can Kevin Aguama get? What do you reckon? I reckon maybe 5 or 6. But what a performance this has been. Just all around, team round. It's been a whole team performance, as well as, you've had great individual performances. Obviously, Kevin Aguama has been really, really good. But when you're winning 48-0, something's going good in the team, and just a great environment in the team as well. And Chris Lawrence, the other centre, hasn't had too much to do. Onofaluma and Lawrence have been quite quiet. They've been pretty quiet this game. But they finally get involved, and obviously Lawrence scored a try. Didn't actually press the put down button or anything. It kind of just happened with the tackle animation, so I didn't mind that. Now Onofaluma, he will race away and he will score. Now I can't remember if he's actually scored this game, but he actually scores here. So yeah, he hasn't actually scored this I keep saying this episode. He hasn't scored this game thus far until right there, and we now make it 60-0. This is probably our biggest win. I think we had a huge win over St. Helens, but we did concede a few tries in the second half. Plus, I don't think we got to 60 either. So, really, really good performances. You can see really late on, I think it was maybe the last set of the game probably. I think there's about 30 seconds to go when they kicked the goal. George Jennings, obviously at the Panthers currently in real life, he found himself at the Gold Coast. They could probably do with a centre like him in real life. But, George Jennings, he crossed. And I was a little bit disappointed we couldn't have kept them, I was going to say a clean sheet, but kept them to 0. That would have been really, really nice. But yeah, what a performance. All the other teams should be scared, whether it's the Dragons, Rabbitohs, Storm. It doesn't really matter. Titans aren't a bad side in this game. They were a pretty good side, to be honest, in this game, and we just mauled them. We absolutely mauled them. But yeah, we've still only got that 2-point lead on the Dragons, but I would assume if we keep that form up, we're going to blow that out of the water pretty darn soon. Anyways, that's where the video is going to end. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at Mr. Luke and Whitey, Facebook page in the description below, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye guys.